Good evening and welcome to TIO Stadium. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season, and it's our final series here in Darwin. Tonight we have our preliminary final in the under-18 girls competition, Southern Districts versus Nightcliff. I am Will Zwar, with me Stu Davis. Stu, what do you think we can expect from tonight's game?
Yeah, preliminary final night, Will. It's do or die for both teams. We saw a great game last week, of course, on the coverage with Southern Districts just going down to Palmerston, and I think they come into this game favourites tonight after Nightcliff advanced after beating Waratah last week. But yeah, it should be a close contest, hopefully. But I think Southern Districts deserve favouritism coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking at the head-to-head stats here, and it's 4-1 in favour of Southern Districts. So they definitely have the ledger over the Tigers in this season that we've had so far. Let's see if they can make it 5 from 1, or if, like we've seen in a few games this final series, Nightcliff can upset them and square the ledger.
Yeah, that's right, and we're underway straight away. The first hit-out's won by Waterbury for Southern Districts, and Hewitt runs onto it through half forward, chips inside forward 50. The mark just spilt out there, unfortunately, but Hewitt follows up again, gets a hand pass over the top, just over the head of Malone then, but Twaddle in there working hard, trying to get her hands on the ball at ground level, and now it's caught up underneath. Looks like it might squirt out here as it's reefed away by Rogers for Southern Districts, but she had the ball stripped out of her hands. Malone gets a quick hand pass out. Twaddle comes in now, just trying to get her hands on it as Southern Districts keeping the pressure on in their forward half, and another strong tackle, but might have been held too long in the tackle. And it's Kate Twaddle that'll take the free kick inside forward 50. She wastes no time with the chip pass, looking there for Bonnie Brown. Couldn't hold the mark, but recovers at ground level, gets the hand pass inboard to Malone. She hand passes across to Twaddle, tries to break past an opponent, couldn't do so. Hand pass comes back, and now Nightcliff the chance to clear, but running into trouble once again as Summer Malone tries to avoid the tackle. Then the ball gets forced out of her hands, and back here to Rania Hewitt once again, but it's chopped off at half-back, and Nightcliff a chance to catch their breath and steady across half-back as they bring it grandstand side. Mark, the ball goes through the hands down there, and Hewitt recovers first for Southern Districts. Her kick is chopped off, and Rabbit at ground level gets a quick kick out, and now Nightcliff have the ball in some space. Ooh. As a strong tackle coming in, but stripped of the ball, and at ground level McLean got a hand pass out, but not to much effect as the tackle's laid on Counsellor there for Nightcliff. It squirts out in the middle, and taking off before she completed the mark was Maggie Harris, and now there's a free kick at the bottom of the pack, and it's going to Lakia Rabbit for Nightcliff, and she goes short and finds Mia Gross in a bit of space.
Not a lot of movement up forward. She just sort of kicks it a bit further afield to cluster of plays, and it's a good mark at half-back. I think that might be to Tarrant, who was one of the better players for Districts last week. She goes down the line now, picking it up and running onto it. Montana Johnson gets it out to Hewitt again. She works it forward. There's a fair bit of space in the forward line for Districts. Brown picks it up and she rolls around onto her preferred foot, but runs into trouble, manages to get a kick away, and that's a good mark. And Kate Twaddle nearly thought about playing on, but she's just steadied herself, has handed it off back to Brown again, then gives a Shepherd. Brown will snap on goal, and in the goal square it's a mark. And this is a great start for the Crocs. Hannah Berry in the goal square goes over the top and kicks through the first goal of the game.
Yeah, wasted no time with that one, did she? And the ball came in there from Bonnie Brown, as you called. She won the award for the leading goal kicker in the competition last Sunday, so a bright start. Southern Districts have had it in their forward line a fair bit, and Rania Hewitt has had plenty of touches early, as you see her in the build-up here, and beautifully picked up by Brown and got past the opponent, and just managed to get it over the top to Twaddle, who handed it off, and the goal was scored. So a good start for Southern Districts with the first goal on the board. So they had it camped in their forward line for quite a while and couldn't score, Will, and then Nightcliff took it away, but on the rebound Districts were able to find some space in their forward half and move the ball quickly.
Yeah, probably a transition from what Tigers had. They didn't really have a lot of space to move at all, and Districts made the most of theirs. In the middle, and a hit out from Nightcliff, but it only falls into the lap of a Crocs midfielder. Now finds its way into Waterbury's hands. She's tackled though, and it bounces forward for Nightcliff. A handball goes out from Rowlands, and now a kick out on that far wing to Lily Harden, from Lily Harden I should say. Intercepted there by Martina Gunther Oliver. Goes down the line, spills out the back, and I think it might be Rabbit who can pick it up and run onto it. She has to go back through traffic. Kick goes into the forward line. Mark can't be taken there by the Crocs defender, and she's wrapped up in a tackle here. Umpire will call for a ball up.
Yeah, Misha Kamala coming in and laying that tackle across half-back as it's Bush doing the ruck work for Nightcliff, but Districts again through Elsgood clear it to the outer side of the ground. Running onto it there is the goal scorer Hannah Berry. She gets the hand pass forward close to the boundary line. It in fact goes over the boundary line off hands and will be a boundary throw in on the outer wing. So 5 minutes gone, first quarter, just the one goal on the board to Southern Districts, and a boundary throw in on the outer side as it's Tanika Bush doing the ruck work against Waterbury. Bush in front just punches the ball forward to the advantage of her running teammate, picked up down there by Nellie Thomas, but she got caught with the ball and it spilled out, so it's a Southern Districts free kick at half-back, and it's Waterbury again. She's looking to come inboard here, and it bounces into the hands there of Elsie Harden, who picked it up nicely and kicks long down towards half-forward. Bonnie Brown almost pulls in a one-hander but recovers at ground level, gets a chip kick forward.
That was on her left as well.
Yeah.
Good use of her non-preferred. And now she is following up with a tackle here. She's everywhere, Brown. Early in this one, just spills out the back, and Crocs might be able to make something of this. Although Nightcliff seem to have taken possession a bit more, and they finally get a kick away. Only as far though as Rowlands. I think it's just gone through her legs, and she's overrun it a second time now. And the Tigers players all over the ball now. At the bottom of it, Scarlett Young, and the umpire will call for a ball up. So
ball up, quickly thrown up, and good work in the ruck by Hewitt once again as they get the ball down to half forward, but Nightcliff again defending strongly. Alexis Rowlands comes in and picks the ball up now, tries to swing around past her opponents, gets a bit of a dribble kick forward, and at ground level Maggie Harris just had the ball taken out of her hands, but Districts going forward again as Twaddle picks up and hand passes inboard. Here's an opportunity for Southern Districts going long towards goal. It's going right to the goal line, the kick from Maggie Harris, but good defensive work just to get a hand to it and force it over for a behind.
Tigers will bring it back in. That's not a good kick, and is that going to be just be a throw in there?
Yep. Yeah, ran out of the defensive goal square and out of bounds inside the 50 arc, so boundary throw in, so the pressure's still on the Tigers defence here.
Halfway through this first quarter here at TIO Stadium, and it's week 3 of finals, Stu, I think it is.
Yep. Wow, huge boundary throw in over the top. Waterbury thumps it forward, and now kicked off the ground by Bush, but coming in there for Districts was Lily Harden. She got the hand pass out, and the kick forward falls with Berry. Her kick's smothered. Berry's in there again, gets the hand pass inboard. And Nightcliff's just trying to paddle it out into some space to clear it out. They get it away from one pack, but into a number of other players as the forward pressure from Districts is pretty good, and there's a free kick been found here for hands in the back, I think, and will be a Nightcliff free kick in defence. So Nightcliff going close to the boundary, the outer side. In fact, that's going to go out over the boundary line without being touched, so it's Southern Districts free kick out wide there, and a chance to bring it back in again. Waterbury again, but this time kicks into the player on the mark and gives Nightcliff the opportunity to close on that, but Waterbury too strong, comes in and busts through. Ball spills out, and now Districts have got it down to half forward as McDonald hand passes forward, but it's picked up in defence here by Sophie Palmer for Nightcliff, she hands it off, and the long kick comes down the centre of the ground. Now they've got the ball in some space as it's paddled forward once again by Thomas. She gets a hand pass forward, but District's in best position there as coming out of defence was Tarrant, and she's got some support, and District's managed to work the ball back towards the middle of the ground. Clever work there by Lily Harden, and now she picks up and kicks long, but that's fallen in between a couple of Crocs players and marked again by Sophie Palmer. She's got players loose on the outside here as the ball bounces into Kamala's hand. Kamala goes long straight down the middle of the ground, but Tarrant waiting there again was challenged for the ball at ground level and spills out, and now an opportunity here for Nightcliff once again. It's Arfat in there, and the left foot kick comes towards goal but goes across the face of goal and through for a behind. They're
threatening the Tigers. They're looking good. A couple of passages of play, just haven't been able to quite get it into a position where a score's a certainty, but I think Jess Pick involved a little bit there, and I think it might also have been Bush who was involved and possibly had that shot on goal there. If they can get one from a bit of a more favourable angle, they'll definitely be on here, and while they're behind on the scoreboard, you feel like they're right in this game here. Comes into Bonnie Brown in the back pocket, Stu.
Yeah, Bonnie Brown just getting around the ground, and a long kick outside of defensive 50. Mark just spilt there, and now it's paddled out, and a quick kick forward by Scarlett Young, but it's going out wide and over the boundary line. It's inside the forward 50 arc, and it'll be a boundary throw-in once again. So Nightcliff, an opportunity from this stoppage as Tanika Bush comes in to do the ruck work. She's up against Bonnie Brown. Brown in front just grabs that ball out of the ruck contest and then breaks away and clears out of defence through the hands there of Montana Johnson, but she got a whack across the shoulder, so we'll get the free kick. She plays on quickly into the middle of the ground, slips through the hands and out the back, but cutting across the back for Nightcliff was Gunther Oliver, but she got bundled out of the way at ground level. District's trying to work it out through the hands. They still got the ball in close, but Harden almost caught without the ball there as it's Rabbit who kicks long for Nightcliff inside forward 50, but that's a terrific intercept mark taken.
Fantastic mark by Elsie Harden, Stu. Fantastic.
Yeah. So she comes grandstand side and out the back. District's off and running again round this grandstand ring. Heavy body contact there as the kick came in, but good work by Montana Johnson again to swing the ball forward at ground level. Gaffer in there for Nightcliff, picks up now, gets the hand pass out, but misses her target. Plenty of pressure around the ball as Twaddle comes in now. She tries to break through, gets caught with the ball and will be penalised at just backward of the wing for Nightcliff, and they're just settling it down, looking for options going forward now as the kick fell into the hands of Kamala. It almost took the mark, but just batted away from her at the last minute as now it spills into some space, and Ava Milkins for Districts just taps it forward, gets it over to Brown now. She's tackled and the ball gets taken out of her hands. A quick kick in by Bussertil for Southern Districts, and at ground level Rabbit snatches that ball out of the air, hand passes forward as she falls to the ground, and a chance for Nightcliff going forward now is one-on-one inside forward 50. The mark spilt, but good recovery down there by Matilda Wilson. Her chip kick inboard just couldn't quite find the target, and Districts have got back in numbers here and just working it out of defence, but that's gone straight into the hands of a nest of Nightcliff players once again, and Nellie Thomas takes that mark. Oh, good work defensively by Kia Rogers to get her hand to the ball there, but there's a whistle here, and it's a legging free kick, I think, that will go to Kiara Rogers.
A bit too close to danger there. We might have a quick look on replay there. And a big hit there from Nellie Thomas. Fantastic intent on the ball, but Southern Districts did very well there. Nightcliff were away, and probably if the ball had bounced the other way a couple of times, they might have been in with this shot on goal, but Southern Districts are holding firm in that back line, and they move it forward now down to the wing here with Waterbury. She kicks it to half forward now. That's a few good marks in a row now. Sometimes that's all you need. Twaddle, she'll go further forward again.
Good kick.
Good mark again, and it's Hannah Berry who kicked that first goal. She rolls around, and Is it not Mark? No, but running into an open goal here is Hewitt. Oh, just couldn't quite get onto it quick enough, and unfortunately that line has crept up on her a bit too quickly too, so just behind, an opportunity gone missing for Districts.
Yeah, just couldn't control it in the hands, just kept paddling along, and would have been a goal right on the siren, but instead it's a point. You see on the replay here that she had it in space and it just kept getting away from her, unfortunately, and yeah, just through for the behind. So end of the first quarter, just the one goal, and Southern Districts have looked the stronger side, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as we sort of saw in a similar situation last week, they probably have a few more stars and star players out there who I guess are kind of leading the way for them. Nightcliff aren't out of it at all, and they seem to have their own structures in place, but it'll just be a matter if they can contain some of those better players for the Crocs.
We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute ripstorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It is week 3 of the finals, and we are bringing you the under-18 girls preliminary final between Southern Districts and Nightcliff. At quarter time, it is Southern Districts with a 7-point lead, 1 goal to 8. They're leading Nightcliff with just the one behind. The goal scorer of that quarter was Hannah Berry, and it was a very quick start for Districts. Let's see if they can continue where they left off. Stu Davis with the call here.
Yeah, it's Nightcliff with the clearance down to half forward, and ball spills forward and picked up nicely by Milkins, who got a quick kick forward, and now Hannah Berry again in the action takes the mark and plays on straight away out the back of the pack, kicks long over the head of Twaddle, who runs onto the ball now, running into space, kicks on the outside of the boot, it's bouncing towards goal, and I think it might have just clipped the goalpost on the way through. The goal umpire's confused us all, I think. Will is looking into the sun close there. Now calling for assistance from the boundary umpire, who was probably some distance away at the time, but I think it's all clear for a goal. So it was Kate Twaddle who had cleverly kicked it on the outside of a boot and bounced it towards goal, but obviously was close to that goal post, but just snuck inside. So a great start, and you see on the replay here Hannah Berry, great mark in the hands and taking off straight away. Got it over top of Twaddle, who was in a one-on-one contest there, and then ran on, and just see how she puts it over the boot and bounces it through for the first goal of the quarter in the opening minute.
Clean hands there as well from Twaddle. 13 points they go up by.
Yeah, so Nightcliff really needing to get a clearance and get the ball in their forward half, but it looks like Southern Districts have paddled that forward once again at ground level. Just trying to work it out was Hewitt. She's tackled with the ball, just reefing it off her, and standing up was Fox Chaffer, got a kick forward, but again the mauling pack follows the ball, and at ground level now they've kicked it out into some space, and Nightcliff going forward. Strong body work again as they just whack it forward off the ground any way they can, and caught with the ball then was Elsie Harden, and incorrect disposal is the umpire's decision. So no, it's not. It's a District's free kick, and it comes back here to Summer Malone. Malone has some space down the wing, has a bounce, and now kicks long to half forward. Running back with the flight of the ball and taking a terrific mark was Ashley Hughes for Nightcliff. And now she comes grandstand side, bounces inside the boundary line here. Running back with it was Lily Harden. She hand passed to a teammate. It was spilt, and she recovered again, got a quick kick forward. And running onto it is Kate Twaddle, who picks up eventually, hand passes inboard. Her teammate was under pressure, Hellsgood, but managed to get her kick away, but chopped off across half back, and Nightcliff clear away, but it's only Districts there, and Kiara Rogers takes the mark, gallops straight off, kicks long towards goal, over the back. Bonnie Brown is first there, but strong defensive work right on the line as manages to force it through. I think that was Maria Cerro back there, who really was 1 against 2 and did really well to stop Districts getting their hands on the ball and scoring the goal.
Yeah, that was a fantastic effort there, and almost surprised that they didn't get it through the Crocs girls, because they looked in a pretty good position, and if they had a toe poke on it the right way, it would have gone straight through for 6 points. Coming up from fullback now, and Nightcliff looked to gain a bit of distance, but again, don't really hit a target with that one. It's probably where they are lacking a bit, just with their accuracy and where exactly they're kicking it to, and Crocs go inside 50 again, but it's turned over, and so it's cleared, and that one's a little bit further afield from the Tigers, having to run back to collect the ball there and get it inboard to Grace Besuttle, and work forward again for Nightcliff. Maybe they could be on here. They've got a pretty open forward line, but the umpire's called a free kick there, just I think holding the player off the ball.
Yeah, it's Nightcliff, and it's Fat with the free kick. She kicks along down towards half forward. The ball spills over the back, and first there is Elsie Harden for District. She kicks it straight down the middle of the ground. Rabbit goes back, gets a hand pass back, looking there for Gaffer. She picks it up now at ground level, swings around and thumps the ball back towards half forward for Nightcliff again, just getting her hand to it in there was Bush, but couldn't control it, and Districts clear it away. Twaddle just loses her footing there and allows Nightcliff to get first run at the ball as it spilled out into space. Rabbit again gets a hand pass out into some space there, and clever use of the body and well picked up by Ashley Hughes, who kicked it forward, but chopped off and back there by Districts, and Waterbury thumps it forward where Twaddle takes the mark. She kicks along to a one-on-one contest out down here, but what a terrific mark taken over the back of the pack there by Emma Clifton for Nightcliff, and she brings the ball away grandstand side. Ball spills forward now, and it's 1 against 3 for Crocs, and Twaddle does well, gets the ball forward. Hand pass forward by Lucy McDonald is going to be penalised here. I think it might have been something off the ball, and it's a Nightcliff free kick. I think that's Scarlett Young at half back for Nightcliff. She kicks long along the wing, but straight into the safe hands of Taylor Waterbury. And Waterbury will go straight back down to half forward. Look at the Bonnie Brown. She reaches up and easily takes the mark in her hands, and now chipping forward, looking for the player out on the lead, which was Summer Malone. Got her hands to the ball, but it spilled out, and now at ground level there's a free kick been paid again, and Nightcliff the chance to relieve.
Great hands again there from Bonnie Brown, and good intent and lead from Malone, but just couldn't quite pluck the mark there. Tigers maybe in a bit of trouble. Not a good kick out, and Bella McLean takes the mark. A long way from home. She goes to Brown again, and that's a perfect kick to her. Barely had to move Brown, and has marked it inside the centre corridor. Probably beyond her measure, you'd say. She's looking for a lead, and she goes to Malone again now. Goes beyond her, so Malone will have to work back into the pocket. She's created some space for herself, but just wasn't quite clean. Has kept the ball alive. Throws on the left, but the umpire's called that the ball just went over the boundary line there.
Yeah, just as she picked it up, the hands swung out and took it over the line, I think. So boundary umpire was right on the spot, and it'll be a boundary throw in inside forward 50 for Southern Districts once again.
As you can see there,
yep.
Yeah, pretty clearly just goes over the line a bit too much there for Malone, unfortunately. Double paddled out there almost by Waterbury, I think it was in the ruck for Districts, and then kicked out of the back 50 from the Nightcliff players, trying to run in a bit of a wave there, but again, just overrun the ball a little bit too quickly. Yeah, it's Bush who paddles it through. Big strong tackle there again on Milkins. Districts get one out now through Harris. Harris is put under pressure though as well, and she drops the ball. Handballed forward again, and I think that's Jess Pick. Try to get it through there. Ball goes inside 50 for Districts, but no. Great defensive mark there from Nightcliff through Sophie Palmer. She goes out that far side again, looking for, and that's Jess Pick up there now. But the mark was turned over. The kick was turned over. Yeah,
Bella McLean again chipping in, taking that mark. She kicks into the player on the mark, but recovers and gets the hand pass forward. And District's just trying to work it into space, but Tanika Bush swings around the back and kicks long for Nightcliff, and finds her teammate Arfat here. She's off with a bounce, and another loses control of the ball now. She didn't have much to go to up forward. That's why she kept bouncing, I think, but still in the action as she paddles the ball forward and bounces again and gets away from her opponent eventually. Now kicks long inside forward 50. Working back there was Jackson for Nightcliff, and just couldn't take the mark, but Arfat comes back in again. She's followed up her good work out on the wing, and she's right up in the forward line now, battling for the ball at the top of the goal square. Knocks it out of the hands of Tarrant there, but Tarrant recovered well, got the hand pass across, and the kick comes out, and Districts have relieved the pressure momentarily at least, but this time it's picked up and chopped off by Kamala, who kicks in long, and that's a good kick, and Arfat again gets on the end of this one. Linnell Arfat takes the mark, and she's marked about 40 metres out from goal. She's looking around at options that she might have, tries to go short, just falls a bit short there of Bush unfortunately, and now Bush comes in, lays the tackle, a hand pass comes over the top, and Southern Districts clear away again straight up the middle of the ground, but coming in strongly for Nightcliff is Sophie Palmer, and she thumps the ball back in towards the full forward line. It's going out close to the boundary line and eventually rolls over the line for a boundary throw in. So just a few metres around from the Nightcliff goal, and a boundary throw in and an opportunity here perhaps to get on the board.
Yeah, you feel like Nightcliff almost deserve a score here. They've put a lot of work and a lot of offensive pressure into getting the ball down there, keeping it there, keeping it out of the district's forward line down the other end, but don't have anything really to show for it yet.
So the boundary throw in, Bush works her way to the front, thumps the ball forward. Hand pass comes back, and now, the kick's smothered there, but again at ground level, Nightcliff with a chance. It's kicked defensively through for a rush behind by Elsie Harden as the pack was closing down on her, and went safety first and conceded the behind. So a point there to Nightcliff. And so now it's Districts coming out of defence, and another strong mark taken by Taylor Waterbury at half back. She comes grandstand side, gets it over the top. That was a good kick, went and well judged mark by Lily Harden as she advances the ball around the centre wing at ground level. Working hard again was Emma Clifton for Nightcliff, got a quick toe poke forward, but she's back in the action again, picks it up, hand passes out, but chopped off there by Harden, who tumbles a kick forward. Ball just spills through the hands of Cero, and now streaming out of defence for Nightcliff is Sophie Palmer, who goes long out close to the boundary line. It's going to keep rolling, but working back there is Busuttil for Districts, and she chips the ball inboard at ground level. It's picked up by Fox Chaffer, who kicks forward quickly, and Tanika Bush takes the mark. Just about 70 from goal. She thumps a long one down towards half forward, just through the hands there of Jackson, unfortunately, and the ball's rebounded by Southern Districts, but Nightcliff still putting pressure on around the forward 50 arc as the ball's half smothered from the Southern Districts defensive kick. Rabbit at ground level gets a hand pass forward. Kamala thumps it forward. Good tackling there as the ball's spilled out, and it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick to Nellie Thomas. She's got a player in space in the middle of the ground. She goes that way, and it's Sophie Palmer, but couldn't control the ball, and now the Southern Districts defence comes in, but it spills out, and a chance for Nightcliff with a long kick from Thomas to the goal square at ground level. It's Malone who's worked all the way back there for Southern Districts, and again they've rushed it through for another behind to Nightcliff.
Good work there from Malone again, as you said, down the other end of the ground, and she's not the quickest girl, but she's obviously having a pretty big impact today compared to what I've seen of her so far. Her best game that I've seen, and still room for improvement, but playing very well. Here come Districts out of their half back line now, working it down that far side, and in a one-on-one, I think it'll be Maggie Harris who will just win against her opponent there in Hughes, but maybe not all. No, here come the Crocs getting out the back now is Kiara Rogers. She kicks a high ball forward, marked there by Kate Twaddle. She's got Bonnie Brown running back, almost run a bit too far out of her reach. That kick into space, and Brown's got 2 to beat now. Just taps it to her advantage, picks it up, tackled, handballs it back. There's an open forward line, and there's a cross play by herself at the top of the goal square. Rania Hewitt comes in, and she kicks as easy as you like, and Southern Districts get their 3rd goal on the board.
Yeah, you see Coach Laith Waterbury in the picture there, as he's obviously pleased with that effort, and that was transition of the ball from one end of the ground to the other after Nightcliff had a couple of opportunities in their forward line, but Rania Hewitt just willing to run and get into space out the back, and no Nightcliff player went with her, and so ended up an easy walk-in goal in the end. So that breaks the game open a bit, doesn't it? We're out over 3 goals now as we approach half-time.
Yeah, definitely not what Nightcliff needed, and they had worked so hard to get some opportunities for themselves, but have nothing to show for it really. Just the 3 behinds by the scoreboards count, and they trail by 3 straight goals. 3-3-21 Southern Districts will go in with an 18-point lead over Nightcliff at half-time here in the under-18s preliminary final. We'll join you after this short break.
It's going to be back through Bowden, who's drifted down from half-back immediately, looking for his teammate, and he finds him. 40 out. Tight angle. Sets it up. The Crocs look like the goal umpire likes it. Doesn't move. They're all clear given. And they're away straight away, the Crocs. It's William Collis, brother to brother. Now it comes out to Collis again. Look, quick handball. Stepping back inside there was Crocker. And he's put it up and put it through. One out by Dennis, but Bernoullis just cleans up Sexton, who tried to get it. Now there's a hurried shot at goal. Hope is a flyer over the top and gets it. Is identified as a match winner in this game. He got a very tight angle. He's a right footer. He hasn't made any mistake, and he just guides it through, and the red and whites have got 3. Nowhere. Handball back, ends up in Anchors' hands as Hope sets himself, takes an easy mark, plays on quickly, puts it through. Carlin gets it, spins out of trouble. Handball back to Rich. Rich dances around one. Now it's back to Rich. Rich on a right foot, snaps, shots it, goal, puts it through. That kick has been found, and it's going to go to Turnbull. And he's going to kick from outside 50 and try and swing it around. It's not a bad looking kick. The crowd likes it. And the red and whites get their 6th. It's the call. Carlin, hurried kick. It's going to bounce into McAdam. McAdam spills it. McCree comes out to Kirby. Can the big ruckman from 48 get one? You better believe it. Stadium. Major qualifying final as Turnbull sends it up looking for Hope, but it's picked out of the air, sticks in the hands of Bernoullis like jam from a donut, Nick.
Absolutely, look really good then. Hope would have taken that if he hadn't grabbed it in front of him. They are certainly looking good, Waratah. They've got guys running loose all over the park.
They get number 9. 9 goals. Looks pretty good. Goal umpire doesn't move. Couldn't get it. Bernoullis was falling back. Picked up by Dylan Barry. Left foot snap. This time is true. Well, Barry makes up for the first one. Underground kick has gone to Schwartz, who gave a handball off to McQueen and then swivels back around onto his right from outside 50. In the square, bouncing through.
And they needed that one, that's to say the left.
For District, sends it up to the forward line of Dunstan. Dunstan with a handball inside to Cameron Ellis-Yeoman. Can they get 2 in a minute? Oh, Ellis-Yeoman on the left. It easy. It isn't putting any effort to get to him. Hope sets himself up. Brought it down, couldn't control it. Play on is the call, comes to Collis, who's pumping the air because he kicked a goal.
Yeah, Hope ran onto that one from a fair way out. Unfortunately, couldn't take it, but Collis was following through like a rover should and popped it over the goal umpire's head.
Now Dunstan, wrapped up, brought down, picked up by Dylan Barry, snapped it, goal. The Crocs get another one. Loose, Anchors just soccers it off the ground. No dramas there, gets away with it. Magro. Can Magro pick it up and get another one on the board? I think he can.
And
Magro gets his first, actually.
inside 50. Waratahs are going for probably their 6th or 7th. And that's Misfit. So, again, strong hands. Jordan Misfit lifts it in front of goal. And this is gettable for her.
AFL player, so from Victoria. Let's see what she can do with this one.
And perfectly, she let the breeze take that around. And the first goal on the board to Waratahs. They peppered the goals. So they take the lead by 10 points to nothing here. Fortunately, it come out of the mitts. Waratahs, the clearing kick and a good mark. Well read there by Katie Streeter.
Oh, what a great mark by Katie Streeter. She's back playing great footy after having a baby, kicking that into the forward line, looking for a teammate. But
the umpires said that's paid the person in front. I thought that was equal hands.
I thought it was 50-50. With his assistant Toby Stoll, as Pint looked to get their first goal on the board, and that has gone straight through. And aren't they pumped about it, the Pints girls? Great goal there by Casey Morris.
Yeah, good goal, and the opportunist goal as well.
Good early.
So Chittick's telling her to go long to a one-on-one contest. Lawrence gets over the back. Number of defenders there for Waratahs, but out the back is Steph Lawrence, and it bounces through and straight through for a goal. So Pint have the first goal of the second quarter. And again, the Waratahs defenders just got sucked into that one contest, and Steph Lawrence got out the back and got the goal. The ball's not coming out. Now it does, and a smother again by Zarafa. Then she gets rid of Streeter. Well done,
Don't argue.
Zarafa. That was 5 efforts in there, and a good mark there by Celebrity.
She plays on looking for Aggie Singh, but it's going to go over the top. Bounce didn't favour Pints then, and Aggie's mopped it up. She gets tackled, but breaks the tackle and runs on, chucks it on the right, looking for the running O'Brien, who's got 2 players to beat.
Sits well for her, the bounce, and she goes inside out. Maselli's there. Can she get rid of it? She does, and she's kicked the goal. Well done, Waratahs, and that's a goal to Zarafa.
100%.
5 efforts down here on the defensive 50, and then to get the ball away and hit a target. Absolutely brilliant play by the young acting captain. And Nikki Watts goes long. O'Shea, she timed that well. We can take it O'Brien. O'Brien has a shot on goal, and it's gone through. Waratahs have the first goal of the third quarter. More importantly,
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It's the preliminary final between Southern Districts and Nightcliff here in the under-18s girls competition. On Will's Way with me, Stu Davis. And Stu, it's Southern Districts with a 3-goal lead here at half-time. Can the Tigers now unlikely come back?
Yeah, look, they've had their chances, haven't they, at times, but Southern Districts are a powerful outfit and just flexed their muscles a bit towards the end of the quarter and got that late goal, of course, which really split the sides open a bit more as they work it nicely through the hands in the middle of the ground, and Rania Hewitt clears down towards half forward, but chopped off down there, and the kick out of defence by Young for Nightcliff. But Hewitt again gets pushed off the ball this time. It reaches out at ground level, drags it back in, gets caught with the ball, and umpire Lurking says that's holding the ball. Dragged it back in and got caught, and that's a fair enough decision. And ball thumped forward for Nightcliff down towards half forward. But Districts again strong in defence as it's picked up by Rowlands. Her kick doesn't get too much distance, and coming in there was Tanika Bush for Nightcliff, who kicked forward half at ground level, just trying to control the ball, but she's got plenty of Districts opponents as Rowlands picks up and clears to the outer side of the ground. Picked up out there for Nightcliff by Nellie Thomas, and just got a high tackle, and so she'll take the free kick. Kicks down towards half forward, but in front, a strong mark taken by Rowlands once again as Districts repel down the outer side. Ball slips out the back, and running onto it nicely down there was Elsie Harden. Just paddled it forward to her own advantage and then picked up and kicked forward. Twaddle just overstepped the ball and allowed Nightcliff to get a clearing kick out as the ball spills free, and now running forward, the kick by Thomas gets down to half forward now for Nightcliff, and picked up by Wilson, who got tackled with the ball and spills out into some space here. Busuttil back at half back for Southern Districts, clears away out into space down towards the centre of the ground, and running across there was Rabbit for Nightcliff at ground level. She knocks it out into the advantage of her teammate, but couldn't pick up the ball, and again it's a wrestle for the ball at ground level, and this time it'll be a ball up.
Quick start from Nightcliff. They've had it forward of centre, but just haven't been able to get that next step again, as we've seen all night. Wonder what's next for them.
So Bush wins the hit out, and for Nightcliff out into some space. Rabbit at ground level, just the ball got away from her as she lost her footing, and now forced forward by Scarlett Young from Nightcliff, and they work the ball down to half forward and inside forward 50. Jackson in a one-on-one down here with Elsgood and Tarrant it was, and now the kick towards goal from Kamala, just offline unfortunately once again for Nightcliff, and through for another behind. So again an opportunity, but probably wasn't the easiest place to have a shot for goal from, as you see the kick came around, but couldn't bring it back far enough. In the meantime, Southern Districts have worked the ball to the outer side of the ground, where Rowlands kicks in looking for Malone. Ball fell at her feet. Rowlands has followed up and does nicely to kick forward, reaching up and forcing the ball forward nicely. There was Nellie Thomas, and then as she took possession of the ball, got tackled by Rania Hewitt, and the ball spilled out, so Hewitt rewarded with the free kick. She goes straight down the middle of the ground, but through the hands, and Harden in there had the ball stripped out of her hands by Palmer, who gets a quick kick forward down to half forward, nicely trapped down there by Wilson for Nightcliff. She kicks long in towards full forward, and at the fall of the ball, Linnell Arfat takes the mark for Nightcliff, and she has looked dangerous up forward, Will, when the occasions that they've taken it forward.
Yeah, she has. That's not a great kick though, and just probably didn't quite connect with her other forwards there, and instead the Crocs defender's been right on the ball and has come out, though that's not a good kick. Turned over, and maybe Nightcliff have another opportunity. Here's Wilson. She goes to the top of the goal square. That's a bit of a better kick. Mark taken there, and Nightcliff, maybe this is their opportunity. It'll be Fox Schaffer.
Yeah, that was better play, and Arfat's kick, you almost think she could have got the distance with the shot at goal, but tried to pass off. Fox Schaffer's kick is just falling short and offline. There's that mark's been paid over the back, and it'll be Misha Kamala who will take the kick here close to the boundary line. It's a very difficult angle. She's looking around for other options, and that's the way she's gone, looking down there for Bush, but it goes over the top to Arfat, who takes the ball, hand passes to Bush. Bush on the right foot, snaps towards goal, and she's got it. So the continuous forward pressure from Nightcliff in the last couple of minutes has paid off eventually, and you could see that although she had the mark, Kamala wasn't confident in kicking for goal from where she was, looked for other opportunities, and Arfat and Bush worked nicely together to manufacture a goal for Nightcliff.
Yeah, absolutely, and funnily Kamala's kick across the face of goal didn't really put her teammate in a better position. Probably a slightly better position if you're a right footer, but otherwise they worked it forward, used that forward pressure we talk about, and Bush has just managed to open Youngle up a bit and kick for a really nice goal. Still not a tough angle, but if they can start to kick some of them, it'll give them a bit more hope and belief.
So the margin down under 2 goals now as we approach the 6-minute mark of this third quarter, and Bush back into the ruck, wins that hit out, and Nightcliff again going forward, got it down to half forward, is picked up across there and hand passed forward by Cook, and now Nightcliff have got the ball in space. A little toe poke in by Arfat, kicks it to her own advantage. Now she picks up close to the boundary line, hand passes back inboard, but doesn't find a target. But Nightcliff again working hard. They've got numbers in the goal square here if they can get their hands on it. Oh, that hand pass from McLean fell straight into the opposition's lap there. Jackson chases after it, gets her hand passes. She's tackled.
Holding the ball.
Yeah, so she didn't actually get the hand pass. That had the arms pinged, and yeah, the ball just fell out there. So Southern Districts go outer side, and again, Rania Hewitt on the end of it takes a nice mark in the hands, and Districts relieve the pressure this time round the outer wing, close to the boundary line, but at ground level, Nightcliff getting their hands on the ball, just couldn't work it out of traffic, and eventually it's come off a Nightcliff player's boot, I think, and over the boundary line, so it's going to be a Southern Districts player's boot, sorry, and it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick out there, so chance to come in again as Bonnie Brown's worked back. She's obviously changed into the ruck now and got her hands to it now. She picks it up, gets a hand pass out wide, and Nightcliff with numbers around the ball, get the ball out into some space, and picked up here by Gross. Gross goes long down to full forward. Arfat just slips through her hands. Kamala and McLean doing battle at ground level, and neither could keep the ball in play, and it's trickles over the boundary line for another boundary throw in, but another opportunity for Nightcliff deep in their forward line.
Halfway through this third quarter here, Nightcliff finally put some scoreboard pressure on. If they kick a goal from this set of play, they'll be less than a goal down, but Districts do good work to get it out of their defensive zone. Hewitt puts a good bump on, but it'll be a free kick against her. A little bit too much, perhaps. I think this might be, is it
Thomas, I think.
It's Nellie Thomas, it is. She goes inside 50. That's a good mark to Nightcliff in their forward line. There's a lot of players back there, so she'll probably have to thread the eye of the needle here or hope for a good strong pack mark. She goes long and just into that hot spot, top of the goal square, and there is a pack mark there, but it's taken by Brooke Tarrant, who has been fantastic there. Every game I've seen her playing at fullback, an absolute rock in defence. Kick goes out over the back. Now picking it up is Rabbit. She rolls around. Good pace and agility. Her handball not so much though. Comes out now to Palmer. Palmer kicks it forward. Mark can't be taken there. I think that's Brown all the way back there. And so Districts are out now. Gets it to Counsellor. Counsellor thrown to ground after she got rid of it.
Yeah, just as Nightcliff were breaking for goal, you see here the hand pass comes across, and as she gets ridden into the ground there, doesn't she? So pulled up a bit sore, I think. They're calling for some attention. She might have hurt her shoulder as she got driven into the ground there, and there'll be just a delay in play here. But the story of the third quarter has been that Nightcliff have come out the stronger and have kicked the only goal of the quarter, but quite apart from that, have really had the ball camped in their forward half. Will.
Yeah, absolutely. Southern Districts don't quite seem to have come out with the same intensity that they had in that first quarter, or the first half, I should say. Though this is looking a bit nasty. Both sides sort of huddling up into their own teams, and sometimes these little breaks in play can completely change momentum. You'd say it's definitely with Nightcliff, who almost feels as though they've kicked a couple of goals this quarter, such as their, I guess, drive and spirit at the moment. But they find themselves on just 1 goal 4.
So Somali Counsellor is the injured player. She's on her feet now, but you can see she's in a bit of distress and with that shoulder and holding her arm. So she'll be walked off the ground here, and I think we've got an umpire calling for her replacement to come onto the ground so that we can get back underway as quickly as possible. And Lucy McDonald runs on to replace Counsellor, who, by the looks of things, I would be surprised if she takes any further part in the game.
Yeah, looks in a lot of pain there, unfortunately, and it's not what you want when you're in such a good position in a preliminary final. So hopefully it's just a bit of a shock at the moment and not too bad an injury, but I don't think she'll be coming back on for the rest of the evening at least.
So just waiting for her to clear the field, and we're back underway now. But again, this one's well read, and Bush out there takes the intercept mark for Nightcliff, kicks high inside forward 50. Ball punch from behind at ground level. It's Kamala who swings one way then the other. Now hand passes over the top, well trapped down there, and the kick comes into the goal square, but again beautifully read in defence, and Brooklyn Tarrant once again Takes that intercept mark, kicks grandstand side through the hands of Waterbury there. It slips over the back. Waterbury comes back in strongly and picks up at ground level. Now swings a kick forward into the path there of her teammate Johnston, but she couldn't trap the ball. Gross at ground level, and Malone picks up. Her kick skews off backwards, and now Rowland's under some pressure at half back as there's plenty of Nightcliff players around the ball. The hand pass comes out. Malone picks up. She gets tackled with the ball. That's a strong tackle and will be rewarded, and that was Lakaya Rabbit who made the tackle and wins the free kick. She's got a couple of players inboard. She kicks down into some space. Kamala running onto it down here. Picks up, goes one way now. Hand passes over the top, waiting for the ball to bounce. In front of her was Sophie Palmer, and that allowed the district defenders to close on her and clear it away back towards the centre square. And now they've got the ball in some space and a long kick. There's the two players in the screen are the only ones close to goal, or the closest ones to goal, but just districts couldn't get their hands on the ball to clear it out quickly. Strong defensive work by Gunther Oliver down there, but got it across to her teammate Sarah, who got tackled with the ball, and it spills out, and again the ball spills to Emma Clifton for Nightcliff, who clears to the outer side, but Bonnie Brown's going to be there first. She picks up the loose ball and now thumps it back in towards half forward, but it's chopped off across half back again, and Nightcliff looking to bring the ball away, but again can't find a target coming out of defence, and Rabbit at ground level has a number of opponents as the hand pass comes out. Busuttil works it forward as she's tackled, and now Willoughby gets the hand pass out. Brown picks up, kicks long down towards half forward. Twaddle hand passes across to Waterbury. Waterbury kicking long towards goal. It's going all the way through. So, yeah, just the pressure of the Southern Districts players across their half forward line there, and eventually it was a terrific long kick and finish from Taylor Waterbury for Southern Districts.
Yeah, cruel break there for Nightcliff. Unfortunately, they've had the ball in their half probably for the first 12 or 13 minutes, and suddenly Southern Districts get it down there. They just work a little bit, and in the last 30 seconds, they've managed to put a score on the board, and it's a major as well. So they reclaim their almost 3-goal lead, 17 points here, 4 goals, 3, 27 on 1, 4, 10. And it's a 23-point lead, as we say, going into 17-point lead going into three-quarter time.
So yeah, again a goal just before the siren for Southern Districts, and Nightcliff have had themselves right in the game, but those 2 goals late in quarters are really going to hurt them, I think, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a tough final quarter for them. They've got a long way to come back, and effectively all the ground they made has been undone in the last 30 seconds. We'll be back after this three-quarter time break to bring you the final quarter of this preliminary final.
Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Picked up by Makar. Beautiful. Goes for home and it's nailed an absolute ripstorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It is the preliminary final in the under-18 girls competition. Southern Districts hold a 17-point lead here, 4-3-27 against Nightcliff on just 10 points, 1 goal and 4 behinds. I'm Will Zwar, with me is Stu Davis, and Stu, Nightcliff looked a lot more spirited and almost looked like it was their quarter, but in the end all they could manage was to reduce that deficit by 1 point.
Yeah, that's right. It's just been a couple of moments, hasn't it, really, for the Southern Districts have been able to score some late goals, break the game apart a bit, and Nightcliff really with the task ahead of them to outscore them by 3 goals in this final quarter. As first hands on the ball for Southern Districts was Lily Harden, and worked the ball through the middle of the ground now, and looking to go forward as the kick comes down towards half forward. Hands in the back, I think, is going to be paid here, and it's going to be a Southern Districts free kick to someone. Malone wanted it, but she has to hand it over, and Districts going forward again.
Good pair of hands again from Bonnie Brown.
Terrific hands, hasn't she? And that's one of several marks she's taken tonight as she finds a player in some space. Kate Twaddle out on the lead. The kick was perfect, and she's run onto that and just swallowed that one up on the lead. So she's kicking from about 35 metres here. She kicks long towards the goal line. It's going close, but just forced away, and bounces out over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. So
those two combining again, if they're on their game, they'll be hard to overcome.
Yeah, that's right, and they've got a big advantage there with Brown, and Waterbury, of course, has been strong around the ground as well. So Brown doing the ruck work forward now in front, just knocks it forward, but it's cleared away out of defence by Bush to the outer side of the ground. A 1-on-3 out there as Emma Clifton just works it forward now, kicks it off the ground, but Harding comes in, and Clifton again fighting for it at ground level, but Lily Harding out there to assist. Waterbury comes in powerfully once again, gets a quick kick forward as she's tackled out close to the boundary line, picked up by Milkins out there, hand passes inboard, and the kick comes in. Oh, Malone over the top, just couldn't quite get to the ball past a couple of Nightcliff players, and Nightcliff bring it away. But again, it's Districts with the numbers in here as Hewitt picks the ball up, slams it back inside forward 50, but no mark taken, and working hard at ground level for Nightcliff was Palmer, but she got worried out. Eventually hand pass came across to Malone, but she had it knocked out of her hands, and now Hannah Berry at ground level picks up, but it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick at half back, and that's Kamala who will take that free kick for being held without the ball. You just see in the replay there, she was clearly tackled without it. Kicks long down the grandstand wing. Hewitt spills that mark, but recovers now and gets a quick kick forward, but chopped off here, and now a hand pass forward. Well done by Scarlett Young under pressure, but unfortunately for Nightcliff, Sophie Palmer's kick was just offline. It actually stayed in bounds. She reacted as if it was going to go over the boundary line, but strong work again at ground level. The ball's caught up in between a couple of players, and it'll be a ball up.
Good strong intent on the ball there, as you can see on the replay. And Southern Districts holding firm despite the fact this game is was not yet mopped up, Stu, but you'd say it's not far off with time becoming a pretty strong factor in this one.
Yeah, that's right. As just a shout out to the umpires tonight, Cooper Bayment, John Bayment, his father, and Aaron McWilliams doing a terrific job, and Cooper Bayment, obviously one of the young talents in NT umpiring ranks. He's won himself a position in the preliminary final here, as it's a junior grand final weekend in NT footy all weekend, so for the lower grades, as Districts trying to work it out again, and the ball spills free, hand pass comes across, but it just doesn't quite reach the target, and Nightcliff scrambling in defence now as Southern Districts putting on the pressure. Busuttil gets a quick hand pass forward, Arfat in there, just couldn't control it, and eventually Southern Districts bring it away, grandstand side. The marks unfortunately spilt there, and now a quick kick forward, but coming out of defence, McLean kicks long down the the grandstand wing. Again at ground level, Nightcliff trying to work the ball back in. Quick kick comes in from Scarlett Young. Arfat in front, couldn't control it. Wilson at ground level, just working hard for Nightcliff, trying to get her hands on the ball. Eventually Bush picks it up, hand passes to herself along the ground. Again, hand passes along the ground to the advantage of Arfat this time, but she's under pressure. She picks up now, gets it on the left foot, kicks down towards the goal square. It's taken back there, but didn't travel the required distance to be paid the mark, and tackle was laid, and it's going to be a free kick to Bridget Jackson here. So unfortunate for Elsie Harden back there, but Jackson will take the free kick. It's a set shot at goal from about 10 metres out. The kick's on the way.
Oh, it's not a good one. Come off the side of her boot there, Stu.
Yeah, it just drifted across the face of goal. So it was a real chance for Nightcliff in the middle stages of this final quarter, but really they're at the stage where they need to take all of those chances now as Southern Districts work the ball outer side of the ground. Tarrant out there picks up hand passes inboard looking for Bonnie Brown. She has one arm pinged and tried to juggle the ball forward, but Nightcliff the opportunity again. It's picked up and just kicked forward, but coming in was Rowlands for Southern Districts. Got a quick kick in. Plenty of pressure as the ball's in tight. Picked up by Jessica Pick. She kicks long down towards full forward. There's a free kick been found. It's going to go Southern District's way in defence. And they go outer side of the ground, using the body to nudge her opponent under the ball. Out there was Waterbury, but the ball spilled over the top. Brown involved as well as the ball spills free. There's a whistle on the play, and it's going to be another Southern Districts free kick.
You look at the score there, Stu, 4-3 to 1-5. It's 7 scoring shots to 6, but what's been really telling is Southern Districts have just made sure that any entry that Tigers have had in their forward 50 hasn't been easy, and a lot of those kicks or those behinds have been from really tight positions. They have another go inside 50, and again you can just see robust defence there from Southern Districts, and they'll come out this near side this time. It's a 3-on-3. And the Tigers will look to mop it up, but again, you can almost guarantee the kick going inside 50 is not really going to be an easy target for them to look to. She's got 2 options short, those 2 midfielders there with her at that last contest, but it's a good mark there at half-back from the girl in red, black and white. Comes out now to this near side, and it's a mark there to Lily Harden. She's been pretty good tonight, Stu.
Yeah, she has been busy around the ball, but it's time she's kicked to a 1-on-3, and so Nightcliff the chance to work it out. I think there was a boot in there, so it'll be a Nightcliff free kick to Gunther Oliver was going back to take it, but Mia Gross is going to take it instead. So looking to move the ball quickly, realising that time isn't really on their side as the ball's trapped nicely down here by Palmer. She's got a player in some space. It's out in front of Wilson here. She couldn't take the mark, but she's recovered well to pick up and kick forward under pressure. Jackson tries to trap the ball at ground level. It spills out to Arfat. The ball spills out of her hands, and then she got tackled. So Arfat plays on quickly. She's got players in space in the middle of the ground. The kick comes across to Emma Clifton, who found herself in space at the top of the goal square, picked the ball up nicely, and then just a couple of steps forward and thumped it through. So some reward again for Nightcliff for all of the forward pressure that they've had in this final quarter. And you see here quick thinking by Arfat, got the free kick, realised that she wasn't going to kick a goal from out there, saw her teammate in some space. The pass probably wasn't the best, but it was along the ground straight to her, and clean hands and a pick up and a goal. So Nightcliff the first goal of the final quarter, and
suddenly it's just 10 points between them. I think that scoreboard you've got on screen is just giving the goal to the wrong side there. It's 2-5-17 to 4-3-27. And Stu, there's just over 5 minutes left looking at the clock. Do you think there's enough time? They'd probably have to get another goal pretty quickly here from this centre clearance.
Yeah, that's right. They need to get this clearance, and they've got the chance now as running forward. Palmer kicks long down towards half forward. It's punched away from behind. District's desperate in defence now as they realise that Nightcliff are coming hard. The ball spills out here, and a hand pass forward by Pick. And again, the tackle was held too long after the ball had gone. So Jessica Pick with the free kick at half forward for Nightcliff. She's looking to go long, straight down the middle of the ground to the top of the goal square. Ball spills out the back. Working back there for Districts was Elsie Harden, got the hand pass out. There's plenty of Districts players back in defence as Tarrant picks it up and thumps it away outside of defensive 50, but all Nightcliff here is a
good smother, great smother.
Smothered, but she's back in there again, laying the tackle. Harden again, who made that smother, now gets the clearing kick, and Hewitt hooks it around the corner close to the boundary line. It's going to bounce over, so that should be a Nightcliff free kick.
Nearly kept it in there, Hewitt, and it's a really good passage of play there. Finals type footy there from Southern Districts. Hewitt, unfortunately, has given away the free kick, but that smother there from Harden was fantastic on the back flank.
Nellie Thomas took that free kick, and some front-on interference here. Sees another opportunity for Nightcliff with Gunther Oliver down the ground. She's looking to bring the ball inboard. There's a 50-metre penalty, I think, going to be... Oh, no, it's a downfield free kick.
They wouldn't mind this though, the Southern Districts. It does give them a bit of time to move back into position, and it'll slow the clock down as well. Already they've taken a minute and a half off just since that last goal. Ball inside 50 now, spills over the back, and Nightcliff musters something up from here.
Oh, good forward pressure again. Fat laying the tackle. The ball spills out now at ground level. It's kicked off the ground by Brooklyn Tarrant and through for a rush behind. So there was the troops were converging, and she took the safe option to concede the behind and let them reset from behind. So just 9 points the difference now as Districts bring the ball in grandstand side. Ball spills out. Nightcliff desperate to get it back into their scoring area, and working hard at ground level. Sophie Palmer again, she's had plenty of it tonight, but this time got caught with the ball, and umpire John Bowman comes in to ball it up. So Nightcliff pressing hard in the late stages of this final quarter in the preliminary final in the under-18 girls competition. Ball out into space now, and gee, they look desperate at ground level, don't they? But Districts just hanging on. Bonnie Brown takes possession of the ball, but she gets caught with it, and it's going to be a ball up once again.
There's another player on the ground. It looks like Waterbury. I hope she's okay. Looks like she's in a little bit of pain there. The player's just getting around her now. So we're 12 minutes into this final quarter here. Not long to go on the clock, and obviously we know that Somali Council's gone off, and it looks like they're calling for the stretcher. So not really what you want to see in the dying minutes of a preliminary final. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for Taylor Waterbury.
So the stretcher was called for, but they're going to help her off. It looks like it might be an ankle or something along those lines. So yeah, just break in play here. Nightcliff was seeming to have all of the momentum, and this is just slowed things up a bit. But just as Taylor Waterbury's going off the ground, just talking about the umpires before, Aaron McWilliams has a brother umpiring the NTFL as well, and made his men's Premier League reserves debut earlier this season. So plenty of young umpires getting the opportunity, and as I was saying, it's junior finals this weekend, so young umpires will get more opportunities to participate in grand finals. As we're underway again, Bush gets a knockout rabbit over the top, gets a hand pass forward, and then follows up herself, loses her footing, drags the ball back in, gets to her feet, kicks long down towards the goal square. Coming out of defence was Harden, but Districts managed to get the clearing kick away. As running onto it out here is Willoughby in against Gunther Oliver. The hand pass comes forward. Rogers reaches in and picks it up. She hand passes forward into space. Coming off of half back for Nightcliff was Nellie Thomas, but couldn't control the ball, and Districts have worked the ball forward of centre as there's a scramble forward at ground level. Nightcliff again just trying to get it into space so they can work it forward. Southern Districts happy to have it wrapped up in the congestion as they hold that 9-point lead. It spills out the back, and quick kick forward by Ashley Hughes. Bounces off of the shoulder there of Rabbit, but it was all too little too late in the end, and Southern Districts have held on to win, but Nightcliff threw everything they had at it late in the last quarter, didn't they, Will?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really good contest in the end, and I think the better side on the day one, as you can obviously tell by the scoreboard there. But Nightcliff, with 8 scoring shots, definitely made a contest of it. But the defence of Southern Districts really shone today. I think, as we said, they just really didn't let anything get through easy. Just about all 8 of those shots that Nightcliff had, or scores, were either rushed through or from pretty tight positions. We saw their first goal of that that third quarter from Tanika Bush. That was just a snap from a pretty tight angle, and lucky that went through. And Emma Clifton's obviously kicked that one very late, almost when the result was already known. But yeah, great contest from Nightcliff. But in the end, I think the best 2 teams will be playing off in the Under-18s Grand Final next week in Southern Districts, who've won tonight, and Palmerston, who got up by, I think it was about 4 points last week, Stu.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be a fascinating contest again, and look forward to bringing you that next week. But of course, we've got the Under-18 boys preliminary final coming up next, so tune in for that one as well. And more exciting footy all over the weekend. So thanks for tuning in tonight. That ends the coverage of the Under-18 girls preliminary final.